Good afternoon, everyone. This is Tony from Her Homestead Skills, and in the spirit of using some of the items that I find in thrift stores, I decided to make some more sourdough bread. So it's not so much the bread that is the issue, because if you want to see how I made it, I do have other videos on that. But what I am utilizing is the McClary's drip top cast iron kettle. It is a Dutch oven. It's a very large Dutch oven, and I thought, well, I'm going to try to use this to make sourdough bread, since Dutch ovens are very useful for that purpose. So I have whipped up a batch of sourdough bread and I am going to turn it into buns and not loaves. I just find that the buns are easier to cut up and to use for Mark and I. So buns it is, and this is my little video on making sourdough bread in my antique McClary Dutch oven. Okay, hope you enjoy this. Okay, well, there's been a slight change of plans here. I was all set to make sourdough bread in my old McClary's pot, and something came to my attention. I always thought that the surface of this pot was a little bit unusual, but I thought it was enamel, and just that it had aged differently than enamel that we have in pots today. But on close, and I knew it looked strange, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it. Well, I did eventually. So actually, I think Mark spotted the issue here. And it turns out that some fool painted this thing. It is actually straight cast iron, not enameled, and it's been painted black. And on the one hand, I'm thrilled because I prefer non-enameled pots. I do have one, and they are a nightmare to keep clean. Whereas the bare cast iron is so much easier to use. But to remove this paint, and which is something that I can do, as opposed to trying to remove enamel from this pot, but removing the paint is still going to be quite the job. Now, I can certainly get paint remover or paint stripper, and don't want to do that. I don't know if this pot will ever be usable again after I strip it, but I do intend to strip it, and perhaps it'll be useful, perhaps it won't, I don't know. Mark says that, cast iron is porous, and getting it to the point where it is usable after it's been painted might be difficult. But another way there's a number of ways that I've learned that you can strip the paint off these things, and one of them is to put them in a roaring fire. And I don't have the option to do that. I can't just set a fire and put the pot in, and I'm just not on a piece of land where that's going to be allowed. So that one is out of the question. Now, the other method, other than paint stripper and burning the paint off, is to use vinegar. And I do have some vinegar in the house, so I did start to soak it in vinegar just a little bit, and then scrape it, and yes, it will come off with vinegar. And I'm going to mind you, this did not sit very long, but I am going to go out and buy cleaning vinegar, which is quite a bit stronger. Regular vinegar is about 5%. The one I have in-house is about 7%, and cleaning vinegar is 10%, and I do have a store where I can purchase that from. So I might just get a couple of bottles of that and soak this thing real good. I'm actually pleased that I can clean it, but boy, do I have my work cut out for me. Anyway, if I ever get this done, and when I get this done, I will show it all to you. And hopefully it'll come out nice. Anyway, this is Tony from Her Homestead Skills. Hope you enjoyed my little strange event here. Yes, can't bake bread in this just yet. Anyway, hope to catch you on the next one. Talk to you soon. Bye.